Hello everyone. So today we will talk about Muriel Spark and her novel The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie in detail. So Miss Spark, she is a modernist writer and her works are humorous and usually detached, has a detached tone. And a few of the important works of hers are The Comforters, The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie, Memento Mori, Loitering with Intent, The Finishing School. And the novel which we will be talking about today is The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie. It is regarded as 20th century classic. Jean is one of the most illustrious characters. Like she has all the potential of being an illustrious character. It is partially inspired by Sparks' teacher, Christine K. It is not an autobiography or something like that, but it has just an inspiration. And the motive here is the human passion, which is shown in the novel. There is an omniscient narrator. She also uses analepsis and prolepsis. Analepsis is flashback, and prolepsis is flash forward, like the future events which you will get to know in the novel. So she has made use of both the techniques. Now themes are transfiguration, betrayal, and religion. Setting is in Edinburgh. 16-year-old girls. There are 6 girls who are 16-year-olds and they are under Miss Jean's mentorship. They are known as Brodie set. And we also get to know that there is a flash forward where we get to know that one of them will betray her. They are in junior school and they meet Mr. Gordon Lother and art master who is very handsome, Mr. Teddy Lloyd. He's a married man though, and there is a love triangle going on. Like Miss Brodie, she loved Lloyd, but Gordon loved Miss Brodie. And Monica, which is one of the members of the Brodie set, she witnessed a kiss exchange between Jean Brodie and Lloyd. Although Lloyd is a married person with 6 children, Brodie started affair with Mr. Lother because he was a bachelor and she knew that Lloyd is married, and that is why she renounced Lloyd. Girls are now in senior school. They are still in the Brodie set. Miss Brodie is still in touch with them and they all discusses everything. Also, Brodie is asked to leave the school because the girls in the Brodie are really fascinated towards each other. So that is why principal she thought Miss Brodie should be dismissed, but she did not. She continuing cooking food for Lother, and one day the girls came to visit Brodie, and Brodie was very excited. She asked the girls about the Lloyd, and the girls said that Lloyd wants the girls to pose for his paintings, but whenever he is painting a face, he is always making Miss Brodie's face, and Miss Brodie becomes excited after hearing this. And we see that Sandy becomes Brodie's confidant. Whatever Brodie thinks and says, she always shares everything with Sandy because Sandy has shown trust. So that is why Miss Brodie has picked her. And Miss Brodie thinks Rose is the most beautiful and she should have an affair with Mr. Lloyd. Like basically she is influencing and taking decisions for their life as a guardian, but here she is not taking good decisions. She is just taking decisions which either she wants or she thinks will be good for her. And Brodie, in the meanwhile, she neglects Lother, and Lother is now married to a science teacher. Now we see that Brodie's set is 17 now. Mary and Jenny, they leave before taking up exams. Mary became typist and Jenny landed up in acting. Eunice has become a nurse and Monica has become scientist, and Rose lands with a handsome husband, and Sandy has a keen interest in psychology. Although Brodie, she suggested Rose to be in a relationship with Mr. Lloyd, but she somehow was not convinced. So Sandy develops a relationship with Lloyd, and once Sandy visits Lloyd and he kisses her, so they have an affair for about 5 weeks. Once Sandy is alone in Lloyd's house, and she was thinking that why she is doing all of these things with Lloyd, because she's still under the influence of Jean Brodie, and Jean Brodie has been, being like in fascism. She has such a strong influence on her head that Sandy can never forget Jean Brodie, and she always does everything whatever Jean Brodie wanted to do. And but there was a time now Sandy betrays Jean Brodie. She confesses everything to Principal Miss McRae and becomes Sister Helen. She becomes Sister Helen, and she also wrote the book The Transfiguration of the Commonplace, where she discusses everything whatever happened to her. And Miss Brodie is now dead, and the novel ends where a young man comes and he asks about her belief, like why she wrote the work, this the transfiguration of the commonplace. Then Sandy said there was a Jean Brodie in her prime. So basically we see that Sandy, everything revolves around Sandy, and she's the one who betrays, and she's the link of the main betrayal. Yes, I hope this summary will be helpful to you. If you liked it, make sure to like, share and subscribe, and let me know in the comments section your thoughts and ideas or criticism, whatever you feel like, and let me know if you want me to make any other video. I'll see you guys next time.